Today I'm going to be showing you a good unboxing. I don't know if it's going to be the best unboxing, but it's a good one. See, this is the LG 27-inch OLED 0.03 ms lag response time. It's got 240 Hz OLED monitor. Now this is about £1,000 monitor, and it's just arrived a second ago on my left. Now it actually is not that heavy. I thought it'd be heavier, but it's really something from what I've seen. Now I've seen OLED before, in like when you go to a store and you go and walk past all these OLED TVs, and I've never had an OLED anything. And you've got, well, technically you got an OLED smartphone, like my Samsung S20, I think S20 is OLED panel, and it looks really beautiful. And I've really admired OLED for ages. And the main reason I didn't get OLED is because of burn-in. The main reason I avoided it. But obviously as the technology progresses, OLED burn-ins become less of a thing. It does happen occasionally, and you can always just kind of talk to manufacturer and get, you know, a replacement or something like that. And also they have got pixel refresh as well, I think it is. That does help prevent burn-in as well. But also, like, I won't be using like one page for like hours upon hours upon hours. That's just dumb. Like, I kind of know the factors that can cause burn-in, so I'm not going to really do that. So yeah, it's just on my left here, and it's just arrived. It's the LG Ultra Gear. This is the model, the 27GR95QE. As you can see down here, open this way up. This is obviously the energy efficiency because it's OLED, it's not very power saving efficient. It's also 2K as well, I forgot to mention. So as you come down here, it's got OLED, HDR. I'm not too sure it's the best HDR in the world, but it's something. 240 Hz, that's really impressive. For OLED, and it's at 2K. I would love a 4K model at £1,000. That would be amazing. It is also NVIDIA G-Sync compatible as well, which is quite nice to have. And it's actually surprisingly light. Like, I carried it upstairs with no issues. Like, these other monitors are also LG Ultra Gear. This is the LG Ultra Gear 4K 27-inch. This was £750. And this is the improved version of this one here. That's £800. It's also got somewhat better software on its HUD when you go into its settings as well. But this is completely boxed. As you can see, it's still sealed. Just came out literally a second ago. As soon as it came through the door, I got upstairs, cleared out the somewhat desk. I got my laptop down there now. I also did another video, so that should go up before this one, because that does basically the upgraded version of the setup. And then yeah, so let's just settle this down a little bit so it's not like too high up. This is some very blunt looking scissors. It says not to do this. That's why we're not doing this. Because that's a razor blade. This is scissors. But it'd be really stupid to have like just the panel above it without any sort of protection. Like, you know, that wouldn't be making much sense. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not damaged. There's a massive line of me going. That'd be really stupid, yeah. Now I do have to get this on one of those like mounts, which is really annoying because it took 2 people to get them on last time because my girlfriend helped me out. She was really nice and helpful. And she said maybe not next time. Cable management could also be a bit improved upon, but it would just be a sleeve more than anything else, and different type of cable ties, and then that would be pretty much the same. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got the standard mount that it comes with. This is like just the V-type mount. It looks a bit more polished than before, like fully cast material. It's really nice actually. I love this sort of thing. But the issue is it's too. See how wide this is? Look, that is wide. Look how much desk space this takes up. Like, that is a lot of extra room that could be saved, and thus the monitor stand. Like, it's really nice, really simple design. It's got the screws in the back. That's all you need to do. Just a little hand, you know, just little flick up here. Just turn it around and screw it into the base, which would be this bit here. And then you plug that onto the actual monitor itself. But that's all hassle for what I'm going to be doing, because I'm then going to take that off and put it on there anyway. So I'm going to get this out of here, put it on there. Here is the box. This probably has all the cables like HDMI and everything else. It's probably using, I think, HDMI 2.1 for the refresh rate, maybe. I don't know exactly. Also, the power brick is in here as well. Okay, so what we got here? Oh yeah, this actually has a remote on it. So the new LG panel has a remote, which is kind of weird. Just put it all in the little nipple thing, in the little software. But it has a little remote which doesn't use batteries. Oh, it does. At the bottom here, you can see. It must be a battery housing case. Kind of like not really. I think it's for the RGB or maybe quick switching. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not really that much a fan. It's got a main middle button and the route on the outside as well. On, maybe you can turn the monitor on and off. I don't know, different inputs. But then again, like, why would I want to use a remote when, I don't know, it's going to be set up regardless. It just feels a bit like a waste. I might put that back later. You've got your one part of it, and then your other part of your power for the power brick. These are always getting bigger and bigger. Nice. Okay, so we want to use the HDMI cable. I believe it's slightly better than the DP one. Okay, you get 3 types. So this is, here it is. This is your high-speed HDMI. This is, I think, the 2.1 HDMI, I forget off the top of my head. So it says HDMI Ultra Speed. So this is going to get you that 240 Hertz. And this other one should be your standard HDMI cable. Oh no, this isn't the HDMI one, this is the USB one. This is to make sure that your USB ports on your monitor are usable. So it actually doesn't come with another HDMI cable. It actually only comes with one HDMI cable for your fast speeds, which is actually quite handy, so don't get confused. But it would be nice to have a lower HDMI maybe cable just in case this one maybe breaks or something, or just 2 of these just in case like this breaks or it's not very good. But they do also include a DP cable, which I won't be using because the HDMI is better. Which might be a bit weird because that other one is going to be DP and that's going to be HDMI. That should be fine. So yeah, this will be the power brick. We'll use this one because it's obviously the newer one, and it probably has more power draw because it's OLED. So, and what is this? Like a little mount bracket or something? Don't know. Feels a bit flimsy. Let's open this one up. There's also something here. Oh, this is your little screwdriver. Fair enough. Oh, yeah. But I'll be using this. Well, I don't really have to use this one. I have one already over there. So I just use the one that's already on it. So that's the old one that actually has about 10,000 plus hours used because I got it just all during COVID. And then that other one about a year later or so, I forget. But the videos are up on my channel if you want to see them. It's got like a more hexagonal sort of pattern to it. The backing does. Look at the front, the entire... Well, this is very thin, the front is. I'm not talking about the panel itself, but the actual foam, look at that, it's really thin. Oh wow. So it's very sort of thick at the back at the base, I believe. So it's got a lot of weight down here. And this should be the base of it, and that's the top. It's very thin. Like that's actually how thin it is. So they've moved most of the electronics down here. Try to keep it more thin base. Like you see the newer TVs, so like the OLED TVs. I think you can look at there's a Samsung. I think it's a QLED Quantum Dot, and it's about 55 inch, and it's a similar sort of design where they have all electronics kind of at the back here at the base, like in the center, and they try and keep it all really thin around like the top and the sides to give it, give it that more flat panel look, more maybe just like overall thinner, but it makes this bit here very thick. I prefer something a bit more, I don't know, spread out overall maybe. I don't know, I just don't like it all together like really compact, because then you have better airflow if it's a bit more over the place. Like those aren't that fat either, they're quite thin, but this is really thin. Okay, so yeah, I can already see it. It's got like a really thin. Yeah, see that? It's really thin here. It's got a nice coating to it. I don't hate the colour. Oh, I really love that design. It's actually textured. You can feel this. Actually got little hexagons inside of this hexagonal backing to it. It's like a honeycomb, I'd say. And it's got all this LED at the back. Got some vents here at the top. I think this is more vents. Some of it's cut off here, like it's not fully done. So I guess they wanted to kind of like really just kind of like tunnel in where they want the vents to kind of end up at where the heat exhaustion. But yeah, overall not too bad. Apparently the ports are pretty nice now. They always were nice on these panels, like they've never been horrible, I'd say. They've always been easy accessible. camera. Just trying to lift out. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see this quite well from this viewing angle. So the ports have been horrible. So on the back here, you've got two HDMI ports, DP, you've got optical dialogue or audio, there's for your USB and the USB here, and that's for power down there. So it's not horrible, it does look really beautiful. I love the design and pattern of it, but it is more dense and heavy towards the bottom here of the center. So yeah, and it's got the apparently audio right there at the base of it. It's got one audio analog on it. And there's a little power button here. There's no nipple, so I'm assuming that's what they've used the remote for. I do hope that it doesn't pick up the background noise, because there is a lot of songs because of the King's coronation. So they're having a street party, which kind of, the delivery driver was not happy about me having this delivered today. I completely forgot there was a street party, so if the delivery guy is watching this video and it makes it to him, I'm very sorry, but I really appreciate all your effort to bring my monitor to me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because he had to deliver it from the top of the road, walk through all the people, and bring it down to me. It is raining outside, so there's people outside, and there normally would be. Thank you. Yeah. It was. I said thank you so much in person as well, because he was not entirely happy, because it did obviously delay him, because people who are couriers are actually on like a time schedule, and you know, it's really quite bad how they're treated by their management sometimes. So I'm not too sure how well his manager is and everything else, or how well they time him, but again, really thankful for him. You know, really top class delivery guy. So let's undo this panel. Now the thing I don't like about this is it does require like a lot more stability from one end to the other end. You have to be somewhat strong here. I am not. So this could go. There is a small scratch on this monitor that I made, I think, the other day when I was doing this set revamp. So I'm just going to kind of hold it from here. But you might be able to see the small scratch on it. It's kind of like there. It's really hard to notice. You have no idea the stress and the pain in my arm. Oh, the cable was in the way. Oh, I'm actually standing on my tiptoes right now. It's also very quite humidly hot in here because the windows are closed. I normally have them open, but it's because they're playing the songs and blasting music because of the coronation. So, yeah, it's a fair amount hotter here. That. Don't do that again. Nope, not so. We're just going to turn it all on now and see how it looks. Runtick, into the power on. That would help. Oh, definitely works. I do need to clean it where I was holding it, of course. A bit slower on the startup, that was just the animation. That did look nicer though. I have tried to pair them. Smaller down here, this is just the software inside the monitor that they've changed. Quicker response time it looks like from here to here. This just came up first, it is HDMI, that is DP, I need to change the HDMI later. Let's fire up, oh. No signal, so they both recognise it. This is more of like a circle, just to indicate no signal. But it should start here anyways, that should be fine on the left one, then it jumps to the right one. That's how I have it set up, at least. This should look pretty. I need to clean that. I do have cleaning wipes. Yeah. It should. Oh. Oh. It actually has more bezel here than I thought it would do. But those colours. Oh, those colours. I like them. The mouse needs to turn on here. So I need to shift this around. Yeah, the King's coronation is actually happening, or happened already apparently. This is a video to show off OLED. but we're only going to go to 2K anyways. So this will just showcase it here. It's not very impressive on the left one. Oh, okay. It's very nice and inky. Like, it's kind of how you want it to be. It's actually the advert they kind of used in the showcasing rooms. Oh, everything just went black. Like, it just went black. Like, if I pause it and run it on the other one, and go back a second. It's not as black. It's just not as black. Yeah, it's just not there. Oof. Oof. Let's use this controller though. What is this? Hdmi. Okay, we gathered that one. What does this do? Okay, so this shows you the 240Hz, VR on, HDR off, DAS mode on, game mode. Please be aware that change in the may increase the consumption. Okay. So Gamut 2, Gamut 1. I prefer Gamut 1. It's hard to tell, but this has a more of a nicer feel to it than Gamut 2 does. Like the colors are there. This has more of a like depth to it in terms of accuracy. This is this kind of like a bit brighter. It doesn't look as good. Yeah. It's like this added some lighting to this one. FPS. No. Oh, it's either RTS or Gamer 1. This has a sort of a blue hue to it though. Because I'm looking at the smoke and that's got a blue hue to it. That's got more of a full on, again, very lighter. And that's kind of darker, but less of a blue hue. Yeah. Hue on the default really, it's not looking too bad. Static. Oh, that's the lighting. So just the lighting at the back. I actually can't really see it. So let me go to the back. Yeah. It's just either red, it's purple, red, blue, or white, or orange cycling. Yeah, so that would just cycle through the colours like a rainbow, but doesn't go full rainbow. Let's have it off. I don't really care for the RGB, never have done. More for the visual than anything else, me personally. What does that do? Nothing. This is the full settings. Okay, so we can just do language, DTS headphones. That's the headphones you can plug in. Obviously, I'm using these ones here. Power, energy saving, deep sleep, standby, automatic standby, which is good. Yes. HDMI 2.1, monitor plus TV, bars are off. Oh wait, information. So this bit here, information, will tell you how many hours it has been on. I've always loved this bit here. Like the information is so useful to have. We can kind of like give you a little bit of insight into things. Aspect ratio, yeah, full. Wait, this is full wide. What's original then? Didn't really change much, but it looks like original goes to the same amount of hertz. I don't know. Doesn't change much there. Picture adjustment, again, it looks pretty good. FPS, yeah. RTS, vivid. Oh, okay. This has DAS mode on, and that's DAS mode off. Now this kind of creates more of a like lighting effect to it. It's like a dimmer, darker. Oh no, reader is horrible. Okay, HDR effect, sRGB. It just looks really too dark there. Color weakness, no, calibration 1. Adjust to the calibrated screen. I just think Gamer 1 is just kind of where it is. The default doesn't look horrible. No. bit dry. Yeah, I mean, let's leave it there, to be honest. What's this? Oh! No. What is that? Oh, it's on reader. Why would that be a function? So there's an auto reader button. That just doesn't look good. You throw a look. Okay, so that's that. Oh, so this was OLED care. So this is this moves the screen slightly at an irregular interval to prevent major imaging. Okay. So what does mode 1 do? Mode 2. Screen move. This moves the screen slightly at regular intervals to prevent image sticking on display. Screen saver. Screen is off if there's no image chain. Image cleaner. Do you want to start now? To provide the clearest image, the monitor needs to start. Screen restoration will be done in 10 minutes. Pixel cleaning. So this is OLED care. So this button here is for your OLED care, which I think is quite nice to have care for your OLED monitor. Now it's not as sharp as 4K. I can definitely tell you that. Like it does look at like 2K. So there's also that with this monitor. It's not as clean as 4K. Oh, but it does look good. Oh, it does look good. Oof. Oh yeah. 2K is more than fine because I'm running at 2K anyways. I could probably crank it to 4K, and it would probably hurt the monitor a little bit. It doesn't like it as much, I'd say. Oh damn. And then I go from 4K to 2K. Yeah, like it looks really good though. There's no sound on it. Oh, turn the sound on. That's kind of part of the immersion, is the sound. Oh. Oh. I wish this bar wasn't here. That would be nice. Like it's not really that useful. I don't see the need for this big bar. I don't know. It does have some sort of sense from the front though. That does look nice though. It does look nice. Not gonna lie, that does look good. But we want a game on it. That's where it's going to really showcase that 240Hz refresh rate. I'll play at a certain angle and change the settings slightly. So we want to change the video to 240. There we go. Let's do a little leveling upgrade. Let's actually do full screen. Don't think Windows should be a problem. Okay, now that's nice. Oh. So my other monitor, I was never actually able to get full screen. That was a problem because there was some issue, some problem. But the fact that I can play at full screen again is really nice. It's so smooth, my god. Oh wow. That feels really nice. You can't flash there. The colours are so nice to look at. Okay. This is definitely running at 4K. Sorry, 2K, 240Hz. You can kind of see everything. Oh wow. That looks nice. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I can kind of see everything a bit more now. Like that. I didn't actually get to see that before. Like the pillars and everything. Everything just kind of feels like you can see everything more. And when it's dark, it's really like immersive. That's really beautiful. Okay, I really like that actually. Like everything around the side of the monitor that's gotten darker, it just feels more like I can't see anything. Like it just feels like they really do just kind of like dim in and out much more. And then when I do that, yeah, it just everything just looks much more like the blacks, especially the blacks. And when everyone talks about the blacks, you're like, yeah, whatever. It's like, no, they really do. The blacks especially make a difference. And the fact that I can play full screen again at 240Hz is really nice. I mean, this is a 3080, so should be completely fine, and it's an esports title, so there should be no issues. Like, I'm really feeling no issues, no problems, no latency. Like, I'm probably like really easy like get away with a few things I probably shouldn't be able to do, just because it's so responsive. Feels nice. The colors are really beautiful. Like, the light blue on the skin for this character looks really nice now. Like, before it just didn't shine as much. Especially this bit here. This looks really nice. Just the animation looks a bit cleaner. Playing at full screen again is really nice to have. It feels like a luxury to actually play at full screen again. That's something I really enjoy doing. I do have other games I can play. I can play Apex as well, and we can try on that game. Because that's going to be more of an FPS game that's going to really utilize that 240 Hz. I don't know anything about this map. I've got the FPS counter here, so this ping is 46, which is latency due to the connection. The FPS this is pretty the hardest part to run, so it ranges from 240 you see there to like 100. So there's so much happening there. That's pretty what's happening there. So it's averaging right now about 200. It's not too bad. The average is 200 FPS. Okay, we did drop a little bit there. Oh, enemy. There was a little bit of stutter. I just think that's just the GPU. Oh wow. So it's averaging right now about 200 FPS. I need ammo. I'm not good at these games. Ah, he had a better shield than I did. I had a better gun. That's fine. Like, that wasn't a horrible gameplay anyways. I pretty sure like my team there, but that's not the point. Like, it felt really responsive. It did actually feel pretty responsive. Like, and you can kind of you can see all the confetti really clean and clearly. Like, none of it's got any latency. There was a bit of stutter initially there, but that was just the GPU, I think. That was nothing to do with the monitor whatsoever. I just think because I've got the settings cranked full to 2K, and I've just got it like fully high, ultra everything. That's probably just where the GPU is slightly lacking in that regard. Nothing more than the GPU issue. Probably might want to get maybe like a 40 series, maybe a 3090, just because the VRAM might be a problem on the card. I think that's probably where the issue lies with the VRAM on a 3080. But boy, it looks good. The issue is I could get really sucked into this now. Like, I've been off Apex for a while, but this monitor might draw me back into FPS games again. Because I use this one as my main, and if this is going to be this good, oh man, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Oh, this looks amazing. Like, it's really hard to see on that probably, but like the blacks just so good, so good. And when you have the conditions like when the blinds are shut and it's kind of darker as well. Like, look, the settings of this video is like everything's fully on. The brightness is slightly higher. I could probably put the brightness a touch higher actually, 65%. Let's apply that one. Yeah, everything's on. You got shake is, well, I don't know why that's not. It's minimal, which is good. I don't like shake at all. VSync is disabled. There's no tearing issues, I don't need it. It's on 8GB of VRAM, which is, I think, out of 10GB. You've got 64GB of RAM, but it's, yeah, I only got 10 for the VRAM. The VRAM and the RAM are sharing a bit, so that does help it out. But as you can see, everything's on high. Everything's fully maxed out on high, so that doesn't help it at all. But this is like fully maxed, and it looks amazing. It actually feels amazing, it looks amazing. Everything is clean and clear. Oh, nice. Don't know what we're doing, but robbing each other. I like it. Oh, okay. If I lose, it's on me then. This is the best, one of the best shields you can get in the game, like early on, without doing anything. Oh, I hit him quite well there. Where's he gone? I hear him. I really can't see that far away. I've got no scope. Oh wow, he's got golden shield. Great. I need more ammo. Oh, nice. Ah well, I misplayed that heavily though. But it did feel responsive, it felt nice, the colours are there, it doesn't feel like an issue. I haven't played this game in like a year or so, so yeah. Like, I'm not got any screen tearing, there's nothing, the responsiveness is there, everything's so clean, crisp and clear. Obviously without any scope I can't see the depth, like the distance quality, but I'm assuming it's going to be there. Like just this alone looks really good. And this is all at 2K. Oh, we've got something good there. Oh, what'd I get? Oh, that's a nice frame. It's nice. It's a frame. It's a nice frame though. If it was 4K, that would be the cherry on top though. If it was 4K, but it's not. Just because it's not 4K doesn't mean it's bad. It's an OLED monitor. the colors are really there. Like, it does make a difference. You can see more color, I guess, gamut, I guess. It's just, there's more depth of color, that's true. The color gamut is better as well. I think it's like 98 out of the box or something, like sRGB. It's probably something you're going to really find very, very good for that amount of like price range it is. Now, it is 27-inch, and it's only 2K, and it is OLED. It's not quantum dot, so it is a little bit worse than the QDs that have just come into the market, and they aren't the 30+ inch ones. But I never wanted a long wide monitor. I've always preferred 27-inch being my standard display. Like, that's really what I wanted, 27-inch. Anything more just doesn't feel really as good to me, because I want to have a monitor here to use what I want to use it as, another monitor on my other side. Now, it's never going to be as good as the full sort of like, two monitors merged together, and then that would be really nice and immersive and stuff like that. But I really just want two 27 inches and just kind of have two different monitors, one for one thing, one for another thing. And you can use the long wide monitors and have half of the display cut into the game and half for something else, but it just doesn't feel quite right when I did use one like that. I just didn't feel like I felt like I was going to accidentally keep pressing on the other one. They didn't feel like they're properly split. I know they were split software wise, but like I wanted it split more hardware wise. So I had two physical one physical monitor, another physical monitor, because I can then take that monitor off, do something else with it, put it back on. Like, I can have, it's more of a universal use to have two different displays for me. And also, if I want this one more like, just the way it is right now, flip this one over as well for text or something. Never would with 27 inches, probably 24 maybe. But, I just there's a lot more versatility, just do more with two separate displays than a big, heavy one monitor. I never really liked the idea of that, but that's just me personally. Overall, for the price, £1,000, that's because of VAT, so you've got like 800 and something, 20% VAT, so it's like nearly 200, right, 180 to £200 for the VAT plus delivery. So there is that. That's probably where the biggest concern comes from. If there wasn't as much VAT, £800 is a massive steal for this monitor. If you get the monitor £800, that's great. I'd get another one instantly for £800. If they did a 4K version of this for £1,000, I would definitely go and buy it. And that would replace the other monitor as well. But yeah, it's 240Hz, it's 0.03 millisecond response time, the blacks are amazing, the colours there, the colour gamut out of the box is very impressive, the response time is something else. The remote, I would prefer the nipple because I'm going to lose a remote. I don't feel as if this was a good alternative to the nipple. I just don't think that was a very thought idea. Like, if I want to now change something but I lose this, like, what's going to happen? I didn't see any nipple on there, didn't feel any nipple on there. Sounds a bit weird now saying this out loud, but I just didn't seem like there was much insight or thoughtfulness into a losable remote that obviously requires batteries. So, I don't know. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with this monitor. If it was cheaper, I'd buy it again. If it was £800, definitely get it another one. It is obviously an expensive cost that not everyone wants to pay like off the bat. £1,000 is not cheap at all. It's more on the higher end of things that you don't necessarily need. It's more of a want, unless you're like doing something like gaming, video editing, photography editing, and then all this other stuff on this art as well. Like this monitor is really good for that. If you've got a good universal use for all these separate things you want to do on one display, that monitor is going to do you justice. But can you really like go out of your way and spend £1,000 on a monitor? Well, you can probably buy a cheaper one that will probably get you where you need to be. I would say it's something you want as probably an enthusiast, or something that you're doing more of a intermediate level to a more of an expert level maybe of things like gaming or something. Like, it's really nice and responsive. If you're really good at FPS games, it's a great monitor for the colours and you really love it, but you don't necessarily need to game up 2K and have an amazing like colour accuracy, and you don't need to like feel the full immersion. You know, people game on esports, 1080p and 240 hertz is all they really use half the time. So, could I recommend this monitor for people who are enthusiasts? Yes. Could I for people who love watching content and playing games and do have editing all in one monitor? Of course. But could you get a cheaper alternative for probably what you want to do as someone who's going to buy this monitor? Probably. But my god, is it good. It is really nice. Yeah. It's a really nice upgrade. I'm not going to lie, like, I really love it. Like, I spent the money because I knew I was going to get one eventually anyways. And I'd rather have it now than later. Now, it has been out for a while, I think. Well, to buy, I could actually just buy it last week. I could pre-order it, I think, a few weeks ago. But I could just get it, like, buy it now just the other day. Like a week ago or so. I think there are some reviews out, like, a few months ago now. So it's been around for a period of time. But what I really love about this monitor is just the overall refresh rate, which is really nice. 240 hertz. 144 is not bad, but 240 just, oh yeah. There's no delay, none whatsoever. The blacks, you really kind of appreciate how well OLED does what it does, and when you see those blacks, you're like, those are inky black. And you really just kind of fall in love with it, more so than you thought you would. So yeah, I think overall it was a good buy, but I don't think I could justify buying another one. One is more than enough, I think. Unless I could afford it. Then I could justify it. But it's such a high cost. £1,000 for a monitor. It's something you wouldn't really keep doing over and over again. I think this is my monitor for a long time, until obviously I have more money to spend and QD becomes better. Because it's still starting out, QD is. But yeah, it's a good one. And I think you would only appreciate it when you have it in front of you. It's one of those things like when you go and see a QD versus a regular just TV, a 4K, you're like, you don't appreciate like the difference until you go there in person. Because when you look at it on your screen, you're like, okay, I can't see the difference until they really kind of justify and show you and break it down for you, because your phone might not be OLED, or you might not be able to see it on your phone as clear as it should be until you see it on the 50-inch or 20-inch or whatever inch monitor or TV. You can't really appreciate OLED unless it's in person. I think that's the biggest flaw, is that you can't appreciate this unless like you can see it for yourself and you're using it for yourself. Then you start to really get immersed by it and really appreciate it for what it is. Now, it's not quantum dot, so it's not the newest technology out there. The QD is better than OLED, there's no denying that. But that FPS for what it is at 2K, it's something. It's something, alright. Would I want to pay £1,000? No. I think the max I'd probably want to pay for this would be about 800. That would be like the really good sweet spot, would be £800, because the VAT, that's the problem. If there was no VAT, I'd buy another one in a heartbeat, because then it's only 1,600 instead of £2,000. So yeah, if it was 800 off the bat, and no other edit cost, no more delivery cost, no more VAT, no nothing, 800 I would buy again now. Like, I would literally buy it again this second. But because £1,000, it just doesn't I don't think I can justify buying two. If the price does drop and it goes to 750 around there, I'll definitely get one. But until then, I'm fine with just having one as the OLED. And I'm okay with that. Because on the left hand side, I only use it for like music, watching stuff, like the streaming stuff, everything else at Discord. Like, it's not as much needed as the main one. So I'm fine with that. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the struggles of setting everything up. So yeah, so thank you guys. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.